Why has the Senate been so silent on UFOs? Well, we've got some bombshell information from Matt Laslo, so let's talk about it. Get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, in a recent interview with the Good Trouble Show with Matt Ford, which has become one of my favorite podcasts, Matt Laslo had some startling stuff to say about the Senate and Arrow.
It's crazy.
This is the funny thing. I think Kirkpatrick, like he's out there like on his own salvation tour for himself. If anything, even people who weren't allies, but people who, like what? Say Marco Rubio. Last time I talked to Rubio about Kirkpatrick, like a month or so ago, he was basically like, he's like, we didn't want to have to deal with this in the Senate. He's like, that's why we set up Arrow.
Right.
He's like, we washed our hands of this,
right,
and we set up, and it like makes sense.
Yeah, so that does make sense. So Marco Rubio is telling Matt Laslo behind closed doors that they established Arrow to wash their hands of the UFO issue. Wow, that's huge, guys. That's crazy. And it totally explains, the silence of Marco Rubio and Kirsten Gillibrand on the UFO issue. And it explains why Kirsten Gillibrand was so gung-ho about Sean Kirkpatrick, saying glowing things about the lovely Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick. So this is shocking. This is horrifying. That they would use Arrow so that they basically don't have to touch the UFO issue anymore. They can just direct people's attention to Arrow. Hey, look. Yeah, we are interested in UFOs. That's why we set up Arrow. Go ask Sean or whoever his replacement will be about UFOs, and he'll tell you the truth. So that's not good, guys. That is bad. Oh, so what are we to make of the Schumer-Rounds amendment? Well, Schumer and Rounds are both in the Senate. And we did get the amendment passed, the U.A.P. Disclosure Amendment, even if it was a watered down version of the original intended amendment. But that is, from David Grush. That is the aftermath or the results of the David Grush information. He seems to have come out of left field. That caught them by surprise, and there was a series of behind closed doors meetings with him where he was giving his information, and we didn't really hear about that. So David Grush caught them by surprise, and Chuck Schumer, who was a good friend of Harry Reid, may have felt some obligation to actually pursue this and do something with it, even though, as I've reported before, he actually is in business with Lockheed Martin, which is interesting. Trying to untangle the Chuck Schumer, situation. Where are his loyalties? It's interesting. Because on the one hand, he is actually in business with Lockheed Martin, but on the other hand, he was a good friend of Harry Reid, and he might feel some obligation to continue Harry's work. So that's kind of where I think the Schumer-Rounds amendment came in. And also then, it's the undeniable David Grush information. What are they going to do with that? They have to do something with this. David Grush is telling them that these, black programs are siphoning money meant for other programs, these congressionally allocated funds. And so that's going to get their attention. Some of them, I'm sure, are aware of this already and are read into the program and are at some level involved in the control group, at least in, directing funds, if nothing else. But others may have felt some obligation to do something about that. Hey, we allocated money for, the new generation of stealth fighters, and we find it is going to these UFO programs, so we kind of need to get to the bottom of it. Maybe that's what happened. Who knows? Either way, this really explains the attitude of the senators, barring the David Grush information, because again, it seems to have come out of left field, and that, we need to think about that separately from their default attitude about UFOs, which seems to be what Matt is suggesting, that, Marco Rubio and, presumably Kirsten Gillibrand may have set ARROW up as so that they could wash their hands of the UFO situation. Now, this means it's even more important than ever that the UFO information be handled by people in the House, like Tim Burchett, Jerry Muskowitz, Anna Paulina Luna, Eric Burleson. All of those guys seem genuinely committed to getting answers and transparency. Some of them are more UFO people than others, but they all seem interested in transparency on this issue. So hopefully we can get a subcommittee of the House Oversight Committee, or else a select committee that can pursue exclusively UAP related issues, ideally with subpoena power, where they can compel hostile witnesses to come forward and testify openly to Congress. But yeah, so to me, it's looking like the Senate does not want to go there. If they are forced to do something because of the David Grush information, they will. But ideally, they don't want to deal with it. So the House is where it's at, guys. The House is where it's at. At least that's what it looks like to me, based on this new information from Matt Laslo. Obviously, there's still obstruction within the House. It's not like all the representatives are on board with the UFO issue, unfortunately. And the Speaker of the House is not a UFO guy at all. He's somebody that believes in the literal text of the Bible, and that is his worldview, and he has said that openly. However, he has not said no to the UAP subcommittee or select committee, so that's still on the table at this time. If nothing else, we are going to get more congressional hearings, ideally with these whistleblowers and witnesses of David Grush. So yeah, we need to place our hopes in the House and give our support to those that are pushing things forward in the House. And we can hope that if we put enough pressure on the senators and point out to them publicly and the lies that ARROW has told and that they are another blue book, maybe we can compel them to be a little bit more honest or transparent, and maybe even fix ARROW. But I'm probably dreaming on that score. So do you think ARROW can be fixed? Also, I just realized that's a really unfortunate screen grab of Matt Laslo. Okay, let's get a better screen grab. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. That's a little better. But let me know what you think of this bombshell information. I think it's bombshell from Matt Laslo about the attitude, at least, of Marco Rubio, and presumably that would extend to Kirsten Gillibrand. These people in the Senate that have gone radio silent on the UFO issue. And now we may get an answer why. They set up ARROW so they don't have to talk about it. So frustrating, guys. So frustrating. But I salute Matt Laslo and Matt Ford for getting this information out there. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. Smash the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media, Facebook and Twitter and Discord links below. Love to see you guys there. If you wanted to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, consider grabbing a coffee mug or a t-shirt in the merch store below, or by becoming a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you. Meanwhile, there are plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.